I'm Venzime, and in today's video I'm going to be making some characters based on what the wheels say. So I have a few types of wheels. I'm going to start with a creature wheel, and then depending on what I get, if I get a open species, I'm going to go from this wheel. If I get a real species, I'm going to go from this one, and if it's a fantasy creature, I'm just going to pick something random. I also have a palette wheel to kind of restrict myself from doing anything and just make it more exciting, and the extras wheel. It has a lot of nothing on it, but that's just so when we get something cool, it's that much better. So we are going to start with the creature wheel. Okay. So we're going to start with a Dutch Angel Dragon. Now, what type of palette is this Dutch Angel Dragon going to have? Okay, Dutch Angel Dragon with a complementary palette. Is there anything else? Okay, so our first roll is a Dutch Angel Dragon with a complementary palette and some clothing. So to start, just in case anyone doesn't know, an open species is basically a fantasy animal that has grown to have community around it. So things on that wheel like the Dutch Angel Dragon have been around for a very long time. And some of them are newer, like Hazard Hounds on there are a bit newer. The Dutch Angel Dragons in particular, though, are definitely one of the older ones, and if I remember correctly, they are based off of the creator's horse, and how the horse acted, and she basically kind of made like a Pegasus thing that is also a dragon. So some of the key features is their big wings. They usually have very long tails, sort of like a dragon. And they can have either hooves or paws along with any spikes and stuff. So for this design, I decided to go with a sort of fall theme because I got clothing, but I still wanted to draw a character that was a quadruped. I decided to give him a scarf and some little leg warmers. I actually really ended up liking the color palette, and I chose this one in particular because usually I do not like blue and orange together. They are not my favorite color combo, and I actually wanted to push that and see if I could make it look pretty good. I do really like how this one turned out, and I think he's actually a really cute character. I feel like he would be pretty mischievous. And here is my final art. I do think it looks really good, and I am happy with how this has turned out. I really liked how the first one turned out, so I'm gonna do another one in this video. Let's see what I get. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a fantasy animal based on what I get in the next rolls. Okay. So, a fantasy creature with two palettes. So I rolled nature palette first. Okay. So, it's going to be a fantasy creature with a nature and neon palette. Let's see what I can do with that. So when I was doing this one, I pretty quickly realized that I wanted to do a dragon. I mean, for me, that's kind of a staple since I do a lot of the Wings of Fire content and such, and also I've just drawn dragons forever. But this one I wanted to do differently. I made them a lot longer, a lot curvier, and I was kind of thinking of the Loch Ness Monster a little bit. I wanted this character to look like they had willows, or traits of the willow tree, by giving them a long mane that was flowing, and also giving them like long fur that's drooping. I want them to look semi-aquatic. I also was kind of racking my head about the color palette initially, and I was kind of thinking of a sort of swampy, toxic waste sort of feel when given nature and neon at the same time. I'm thinking of those super bright greens. I started with the nature palette, and I did want it to look like a little bit muddy, very mossy, that sort of thing. And I took a second to try to figure it out. I am like really enjoying this character while I'm drawing it. It's kind of different than what I normally do. And eventually I get to the point where I am adding those little toxic stripes onto the character, and I decided I want to add a little bit of red splotches all over her. And I'm really loving this character. I think she's really cool, and I'm really happy with how she has turned out. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I did really enjoy both of these designs. I haven't had too much time to just make something recently, so this was really relaxing. Thank you for joining me on this little challenge that I've made, and don't forget to like and subscribe.